Hey friends, welcome to week 4 of Draw Near series. This week we're drawing near to hope. If you didn't watch last week, I want you to go back and watch last week because I'm about to show you something. Last week we talked about drawing near to God. I'm going to show you a picture that I happened to come across that my daughter Chloe drew. It's not in it is 2017. And it says, I will worship while waiting. I will worship while waiting. I thought that went perfectly with what we talked about last week and even what we're going to talk about this week. So this month, we've spent time listening to ourselves, learning to rest in God's silence, and experiencing the healing power of connection. Now we're going to learn something about hope, how it can actually grow in the waiting, not after. You know, when Zion died, I thought my life ended. Half of it did. I thought my best days were over. Everything felt quiet and heavy, and I couldn't imagine that anything good would ever happen to me again. Nothing good could come from that kind of loss. But slowly, and I do mean slowly, life started sprouting again. Not quickly, not loudly, just little shoots of grace. At first, it might have been the sound of laughter. A new friendship developed. Whispers of purpose. That's when I realized something profound. God doesn't always give us quick miracles. Most of the time, He works in slow ones. But God does His best work in slow miracles. Hope doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. Having hope does not mean everything is fine. It's not. It's not a coat of paint over pain. It's what grows through the cracks. Hope doesn't erase the pain, it transforms it. Hope is what happens when we trust that the same God who met us in our broken places is still writing something beautiful there. It's not fast, it's not always visible, but it's steady. And somewhere along the way, you begin to realize you're not behind. You're being built. I wasn't dying. He was being remade. When we look back, notice, when we look back, we often see that the waiting itself shaped us in ways that nothing else would. It taught us compassion. It softened our hearts. It gave us eyes to see other people's pain. What if waiting wasn't wasted? What if it was the very ground where God was growing something eternal? That's the blessing of hope. It changes not just our circumstances, but it changes us. Hope changes us. And I love what I said earlier. It's not a coat of paint over pain. It's not. Hope is with us in those places of aloneness, in those places of waiting. Hope is there. Hope is there. So this week, I want you to take a moment to pause and look back. Notice where God has already redeemed something in your life. So share with me in the comments or private message me one glimpse of hope that you've seen, big or small. Because I have said for a long time, God does not waste our pain. God does not waste our pain. He's going to redeem it. This book is part of His redeeming. Sitting in a waiting room with a friend is part of His redeeming. He doesn't waste our pain, and one day He will redeem it. But in the meantime, hope is there. So from one waiting room to another, Keep holding on to hope.